It's a tough competition to get into. You have to qualify. Some teams have had to have 2 games to qualify to get into. The opposition are really strong. It comes from Category 1 to Category 3 academy opposition. And again, this year we've got a really tough group that will provide lots of strong opposition for the players to develop and get that game time.
In terms of Thursday's opponents, Aston Villa, obviously they come from a Premier League under-23 side. So does this look on paper the toughest test in the group?
No, I don't think you could say it's the toughest test. They're all going to be tough in their own respect, because I mean Villa will be a very well organised team that are probably a squad that train together most days, and they're also in the leasing trophy, so they'll play against strong opposition in that. Of course, they're a Category 1, so they're a really well established academy, so they'll be tough on their own merits. But again, Doncaster and Portsmouth will provide different types of tests as well, so I think it's going to be a really difficult group this year, but one that's going to provide a real variety of tests for our players.
Well, looking back in last season competition, the progression and the improvements the players made throughout the season was really impressive, and I suppose you're looking for similar this season. Yeah,
definitely. I think it's all about the individuals getting out of it what they need, and I think if you look at our first game last season, we lost 3-1 to Nottingham Forest, and out of that group, I think it wasn't until they played at Port Vale the other night where Jack, Ben and Archie all played together again. So out of a poor result came some good work, and I think the results got better as we went along the competition last year, but most importantly it's the players that we develop off the back of the games.
In terms of the aims for the competition, obviously it's about the improvement of players, but it's about trying to get to that knockout stages as well.
Yeah, definitely. Look, it's like I said, it's a tough competition, one that we want to go as far as we possibly can. I think Matt set the bar pretty high by getting out of his group. I think he was top, wasn't he, in his season with the under-23s. So look, we're going to do as well as we possibly can. We're going to try and win every single game, starting with Thursday's game. But we are well aware that one of the main things that we need to get out of it is producing more players that are first team ready. So we'll look to do both as often as we possibly can. So yeah, it's a really good platform for those players to develop and play in.
In terms of getting the players first team ready, one of the important aspects is playing in front of a big crowd and that atmosphere, and it's important that the supporters turn up, and it's very cheap, £5 or less for the supporters to get in, so presumably you're hoping they'll back it like they have done in previous seasons. Yeah,
I think I said exactly the same last year in terms of we talk about getting players first team ready by the opposition that you play, but a huge part of it is having the fans there, playing under that support, having them sort of push you on when a game's tough. It's all part of their development, and I know that a big sort of special part of this competition is the fact that they get to play in front of the fans at St James's Park. So they're a massive part of this development and progression of our young players.